Well, hello MGTOW. Welcome to my truck. Today we're going to talk about a concept that comes up when a man goes through divorce, or that is displacement. This idea that you become unbalanced because you are pretty much pushed out of your home. How do you get rid of it? Well, like everything else, you get rid of it by changing your way of thinking about what it means to have a home. This concept of a home, as we know it today, the Western concept of a home, is somewhat flawed. And I say somewhat because we do need, modern man, because of the modern diet, right? And in particular because of cooked foods, and because man has left his natural environment in the tropics or the sub-Saharan areas of the world, and migrated to colder and more hostile climates in order to find freedom from the oppression of others. So we need shelter, right? Again, because our physiology, our bodies are weak to the point they have weakened to the point where we can no longer withstand the harshness of nature, like the rest of the animals out in the natural world. So we have this concept of a home. We first, there's evidence to suggest that we first went into caves, not so much to hide from animals, but because we began cooking. There's about 10,000 years ago, we began to apply fire to our food, and thus began a spiraling denaturing and poisoning of our nutrients. And so we left the caves and we began building homes out of stone, out of wood, and later on, after industrialization, out of other materials. So we have this concept of a home, a place on land, usually, sometimes on the water, like on a boat. But we have this concept of a home that we've developed, that says, we have to be in a particular place at a particular time, and that the place itself somehow defines who we are. And along with that comes the question, where you're from, right? Where are you from? Because especially in times past, right? You being from a specific area, you being from a particular area of the world, pretty much dictated who you were, right? It pretty much told others what your religious beliefs might have been, what your ways of eating might have been, or could be, the way you dress, some of the cultural underpinnings of your character. So there was a lot to be told about an individual based on this knowledge of where he was from. And yet today we live in a much more interconnected world. We can go around the world via airplane in very little time. And so this concept, this idea that, you know, because you are from X, Y, and Z place, you are this person, right? No longer fully applies. Yeah, you can tell pretty much that if someone's from, say, the Middle East, they are, excuse me, these people never fucking yield. If you were born in a Middle Eastern country, chances are that you'd be maybe Christian or Muslim, right? If you were born in the Far East, perhaps a Buddhist or whatever, right? You know, speaking in regards to religion. But we have this concept of a home. Going back to the concept of a home. And so people believe that, you know, by attaching themselves to a specific area, by associating themselves with a specific area, right? You know, they are who they are. And you know, in these modern times, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be from here, from there, from anywhere. You know, like the people who have purchased motorhomes and decided to retire tend to say, home is where you park it. You know? But how much it's more than that. It's not where you park it. It's how you feel in the place where you are. See, it's a mindset. If you feel that a place is familiar to you, want to call it a home, you know, call it home. So when you're going through a divorce, right, and you lost your home because, you know, your ex-wife was favored by the courts, you have to remind yourself that, hey, you know, it's not that serious. Like another YouTuber says out there, you know, the world is yours. Why limit yourself to a particular place or a particular area, a neighborhood, right? A country. You best believe that the multinational corporations do not or are not loyal to any particular nation. Do not limit yourself by loving this nation or that nation. Nationalism is dead. For the people that have had money, sometimes even for generations, nationalism has been dead. This idea that you're going to worship a flag. Now, don't get me wrong. I love being in America. What a beautiful place. And I swore to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, right? When I became an American. And that's what I'm doing. By posting these videos, I'm fighting against the bullshit that I did not sign up for. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna worship a nation, because nations change. The laws within the nation change. The people within the nations change. This idea of nationalism, you know, sold. It's been sold to the masses pretty much, while the rich hide themselves behind corporations and live on an international scale. So you ought to know the game that you're playing here. You got to know the game that you are playing and what you're up against. Now in this electronic era, your words travel farther than you think they may. Right? MGTOW is worldwide, and so are you. And when you find yourself kicked out of a particular home or particular area, or not welcomed in a particular place, right? Which throughout history has been the case. The case for most of us, right? If you're not from this neighborhood, you know you're not welcome in that other neighborhood or whatever. Right? If you find yourself in that position, you got to remember that home is within you. It's what you think it is. And if you're living with a set of plans and with a strong set of beliefs, no matter where you find yourself, you'll be at home. You'll be at home because you'll feel whole, you'll feel complete, regardless of what the people around you may think, even if you're in a hostile place. Anyways, MGTOW, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and do like, share, and subscribe. I'm also on BitChute. That is bitchute.com channels Sweet Padre. BitChute.com channels Sweet Padre. And I'm gonna begin posting also on Anchor, doing podcasts. Because if they kick us out of YouTube, then hey, I'm already at home, right? YouTube is not my home. It's just a place where I post videos. And if it doesn't work for me anymore, then I'll go to another place and make it my home. That's how it works. So let's be at ease anywhere where we may find ourselves. Catch you next time. Thank you.